House Tyrell of Highgarden. It is one of the great houses of the Seven Kingdoms, being Lords Paramount of the Manor and the Liege Lords of the Reach. A large, wealthy house, its wealth is only surpassed among the great houses by House Lannister, and the Tyrells can field the greatest armies. Additionally, if they call the ships of the Red Wine Fleet, the Lords of the Shield Islands, and the Coastal Lords, they can command a navy that equals if not surpasses the royal fleet of King's Landing. Highgarden is an ancient seat of rule and the heart of chivalry in the Seven Kingdoms. The Tyrells style themselves Defenders of the Marches and High Marshals of the Reach, and traditionally they have been Wardens of the South and Lords Paramount of the Manor. Members of the family tend to have curly brown hair and brown or golden eyes. The Tyrells trace their line of descent through the female line to the legendary Garth the Gardener, the mythical first king of the Reach reigning in the Age of Heroes, and the son of the equally mythic Garth Greenhand. Unlike other great houses, the Tyrells never ruled as kings. The Tyrells were stewards to House Gardener, the ancient ruling line of the kings of the Reach, who periodically intermarried with lower-ranking houses of the Reach, such as House Tyrell or House Florent. Sir Alistair Tyrell, the founder of the house, was an Andal knight and adventurer who showed such prowess at arms that he was named the champion of King Gwaine V Gardener, the last of the three Sage Kings. Sir Alistair's eldest son also became a notable knight, but died an attorney. Alistair's second son, Garrett, was more of a bookish band and never achieved knighthood, choosing instead to serve as a royal steward. He and his son Leo performed their duties so well, the Gardeners made the office of High Steward hereditary. It is from Garrett that today's Tyrells descend. During the minority of King Garland's sixth Gardener, a member of House Tyrell ruled the Reach in his name as regent. Mern VI was so pleased with the Tyrells that he gave Sir Robert the hand of his youngest daughter in marriage, thereby allowing the following generations of Tyrells to claim descent from Garth Greenhand. That was the first marriage between the two houses, and 9 more unions followed in the passing centuries. Following the defeat and death of King Mern IX Gardener and his other kin at the Field of Fire during the War of Conquest, Harlan Tyrell, hereditary High Steward of the Reach, surrendered Highgarden and was granted the castle along with Dominion of the Reach as Lord Paramount of the Manor by Aegon the Conqueror. As Wardens of the South, they frequently warred with the Dornishmen, who remained independent. As the Dance of the Dragons began, Lord Lionel Tyrell was an infant, and his regent mother was judged likely to align the Reach with the houses over mighty bannermen, the Hightowers, and the Greens. However, House Tyrell decided to take no part in the war. The Tyrell bannermen, on the other hand, were split during the war, with men of the Reach fighting on both sides. Later, Sir Ulf the White, one of the Dragonseed bastards, would attempt to claim Highgarden for himself, as House Tyrell had taken no part in the dance, and he believed they should be considered traitors. When Daeron I Targaryen, the young dragon, attempted the conquest of Dorne, Lord Lionel commanded the army that invaded via Princess Pass. After the initial victory, Daeron appointed Lord Tyrell as governor of Dorne. Lord Tyrell liked Dornish women, and one night he pulled the rope that would signal for a wench to come to his bed, and the 100 scorpions fell from the canopy instead. His death sparked new revolts, and the conquest was undone in a fortnight. During Robert's rebellion, House Tyrell stayed loyal to King Aerys II Targaryen. Lord Mace Tyrell's forces achieved victory against Robert Baratheon at the Battle of Ashford, dealing the future king his only defeat of the war at the cost of Sir Quentyn Tyrell's life. Mace likes to take credit for the success, but it was the van under command of Lord Rendell Tarly that put Robert to flight. Mace went on to besiege Robert's brother Stannis at Storm's End, but bent the knee after the Targaryens were all but wiped out in the sack of King's Landing. Robert Baratheon, king by conquest, forgave them and accepted them as sworn vassals. Highgarden is surrounded by 3 rings of white stone, whose walls increase in height. Between the outer and middle walls is a famous briar labyrinth which serves to entertain as well as slow invaders. The oldest towers, squat and square, are from the Age of Heroes. Newer towers are tall and slender, round fortifications that are dating from after the Andal invasion. Also within Highgarden's walls are groves, fountains, and courtyards. The Sept is matched only by the Great Sept of Baelor and the Starry Sept. The castle's Godswood contains 3 weirwoods known as the Three Singers. The palatial keep is decorated with statues and colonnades. The castle's structures are covered in ivy, grapes, and climbing roses. houses. Highgarden is filled with flowers, singers, pipers, fiddlers, and harpers. The stables have a fine selection of horseflesh. There are fields of golden roses that stretch as far as the eye can see. Sir Loras Tyrrell, also known as the Knight of Flowers, is the knight of House Tyrrell and the third son of Lord Mace Tyrrell of Highgarden and his wife, Lady Ellery Hightower. He is a highly skilled knight and jouster. His tournament successes, dazzling good looks, and ostentatious showmanship have made him a celebrated figure in the courts of the Seven Kingdoms. Loras was born at Highgarden. He has two older brothers, Villas and Garland, and one younger sister, Marjorie. Loras squired for Lord Renly Baratheon at Storm's End and grew close to him. He soon became Renly's lover. Marjorie Tyrrell is the only daughter of Lord Mace Tyrrell and his wife, Lady Ellery Hightower. According to Cersei, Marjorie and Loras look more alike than Cersei and her twin, Jaime. Marjorie is intelligent and shrewd, and takes after her grandmother, the cunning Lady Olenna Tyrrell. Marjorie is her grandmother's protege, and as such, Olenna has made certain that Marjorie is capable of protecting herself from those who might use or abuse her. Some people say that Marjorie looks like Lyanna Stark, so Renly and Loras Tyrrell actually hope to rid themselves of Queen Cersei Lannister by getting Robert, who is still in love with Lyanna after 14 years, to become infatuated with Marjorie. According to Varys, Loras writes his father Mace Tyrrell urging him to send Marjorie to court. The wards of House Tyrrell are growing strong. Of course, there are many other houses in the Reach. Some are pretty well known, yet their lands are not spoken of, and some are known only by their name. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like the story. See ya.